So we're going live. Hopefully we have some volume. I think we do. What time is it? It's on. This says 6:58. My watch says 15. No. We got time. We got time. No, we have time. We're not ready yet. The computer says it's 7, but everything else says it's like 7. The comments are too long. Yeah. I see I have someone on the on YouTube. Can you tell me if you can hear me in the chat? Just tell me if we have audio, please. Yes. Okay. Beautiful. We have audio. Thank you. I don't know. I'm gonna give it some more time. I start immediately when people yeah, but like any other. I mean, I definitely. I only had a few that were like, nope, won't touch you. Right. 7. Good evening and welcome to the August 21st meeting of the Glenville Town Board. Please rise for the invocation and pledge allegiance. For tonight's invocation, I just have a personal prayer. Thank you, Lord, for all of your blessings that you have bestowed on my life. You have provided me with more than I could ever imagine. You surrounded me with people who always looked out for me. You've given me a family and friends who bless me every day with kind words and actions. You've allowed me to work in my passion for years. I am thankful today and forever. Amen.
To the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please take the roll.
Councilman Avatar?
Here.
Councilman Blue?
Here.
Councilman Aragosa?
Here.
Councilman Kirkham?
Here.
Supervisor Hudson?
I am here. We do have the agendas up front. We have a couple pieces of business to get through tonight, some public hearings. Looks like a big agenda, but I think it will move fairly quickly. We do have 3 add-ons tonight. The first add-on to the resolution scheduling a public hearing to be held by the town of Glenville on September 4th. We are all persons regarded to Hortsman PDD in Sewer District 9. The interest in removal of Hortsman PDD from Sewer District 9. The second one is a resolution authorizing the repairs for lift number 4 at the water treatment plant. And the third one is a resolution authorizing the preparation of an application to the state comptroller for improvements to water district 11. So those are the 3 add-ons we'll take up at the end of resolution 21 and before new business. With that, I will start with town council reports. I'll start on my left with Councilman Aragosa.
The only thing I have is Monday night, Andrew GCC will be meeting upstairs here, 7 o'clock on the docket. We will be considering another solar farm, which is located in the square between Snake Hill Road, Firetown, 147, and Bolton. Anybody interested in listening in, that'll be Monday night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilman Kirkham.
Yes, Mr. Supervisor. Well, I'll just state a few things that are going on here in the town of Glenville. There's so many things going on, many great accomplishments. I'm very proud to say that Thursday in the park has been a huge success and will be continuing for a few more weeks. Thank everybody who's involved, the committee, and Julie Davenport especially for heading up that committee. So I want to thank her for that. We did have a beautiful ceremony the other day at Legacy Park, flag raising. And Chris, I know how instrumental you were in Legacy Park. I want to thank you for that. Mary Brott's here today, and it was just an amazing day. Talk about community pride. That made you feel like you just love being part of this community. So thank you for that as well. We did a groundbreaking ceremony for pickleball. Chris, another thing that is amazing that we're bringing to the town of Glenville, 6 brand new pickleball courts. I was also at the Empire State Aerospace Museum to welcome in the F-15C Eagle the other day. What an amazing time that was. Our parks roads are at Indian Meadows are in the process of paving. That'll be happening in the next couple of weeks. Thanks to all of our employees for their efforts as well and getting those up and running and ready to be paved. I was with Councilman Aragosa the other day. We celebrated Glenville Hill groundbreaking. They're going to have a brand new firehouse here in Glenville, up in the Glenville Hills. So that's just so much going on. And there are many more things going on. That's just pointing out a few of the many great things that are going on here in the town of Glenville.
You make me want to reconsider and stay.
I thought you were.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Ramadan.
Yes, Mr. Supervisor. I see a couple of members from the Glenville Local Development Corporation here. I attended a board meeting last month. Just want to say they're doing an awesome job by helping small businesses in the community, and there's still just under $400,000 available for small business assistance. And I just want to, Bob, by the way, when you said the F-15, I couldn't tell. It sounded like a Top Gun flying overhead. I was a little worried. I don't know if anyone in the town heard that. Did you hear that, Chris, when they were flying overhead?
I wasn't here. I was out of town. So thank you,
Nothing tonight, sir.
Thank you. Okay, so moving on, we'll go to privilege of the floor. We have a few folks signed up, or at least one actually. If anyone's interested in speaking at privilege of the floor, just raise your hand. We have a special guest with us. I didn't see him come in, Senator Tedisco. I didn't see you come in. How are you? We're going to put you on next after privilege of the floor. Is that okay? All right, here. Yeah, this is great. I mean, we'll work you right into here. If you're not on here, you want to raise your hand and speak at privilege of the floor, we'll call you to the podium. But the first person we have is Jim Belkovic. Jim.
You want to do it?
An old friend. Been a while.
Been a while. Good evening, my name is James Alkovic, and on behalf of the Glenville Oktoberfest Committee, we'd like to thank you, Supervisor, for your support and partnership for the past 15 years. Since its beginning, your leadership and support for the Glenville Oktoberfest has allowed us to grow the event, attended now by about 10 or 12,000 people. For the past 2 years, the readers of the Gazette have voted the Glenville Oktoberfest the best local events. That success would not have been possible without your leadership. Now that you're a resident, I'm hoping that you, B, and the family are going to be joining us on September 28th at noon down at Melwick Park for the 15th annual Glenville Oktoberfest.
Thank you, Jim, and thank you for all you do. Anyone else wish to be heard at privilege of the floor? Yes, Mary.
I just wanted to echo, we would not be where we are today with the Capital Region Veterans Memorial Project had it not been for Chris's leadership and guidance along the way. We're very, very indebted and thankful for everything that you've done. If you haven't been out to the park yet, it's right on the corner of Dutch Meadows and Route 50. We ended up having our Vietnam monument installed yesterday. It's beautiful. So thank you again. You're not leaving us though.
No, not leaving. Thank you, Mary. Thank you for all you do. Anyone else wish to be heard at privilege of the floor? Senator Tedisco, why don't we, would you like to come to the podium? I think so. Right, you want to do it there?
Whatever you think is
Yeah, right there is good. I can't believe, Senator, you're the first one to swear me in here, the councilman.
Well, Ben.
You're a supervisor.
Yeah. Well, I'm honored to be able to be asked to be here tonight and proud to be here tonight. As and disappointing, I have to say, a longtime constituent of the town of Glenville. Loved living here. Unfortunately, I don't want to go into it too much, but they kind of beamed me out a little bit, so I had to move, but my heart will always be here. And Chris, to you and to your family and to your friends and to your loved ones, thank you for your service, first of all. But thank you for your success in your service for this great town of Glenville. You know, you have found out something over these 15 years that I found out when I first started public service. I started out as a city councilman. And you understand now, because we've talked about this, that is an awesome place to serve. You are in such close proximity to your constituents. You get to know them, they get to know you. In over 15 years, they have got to know you. And when there's an issue of importance, and this is a part of what your legacy really is here as an individual. You know, they call us elected officials, city, towns, local, state, federal. They call us public servants. But you have the greatest legacy for being known as the most important part. And by the way, Chris knows senators, assembly people, governors, supervisors, council members, we're not the most important part of our representative democracy. You know who is? You are. The people we represent are the most important part of our representative democracy. You know who knows that the best, I believe? One of the best at that? Chris Ketzler. Your legacy is that you're an elected official, you're a public servant. You know what they see you as? A representative. Anytime, and I've been here in this building time after time after time, when there's a concern for this town, something that was going to do serious damage to it, he can say, I'm Chris Ketzler, let me talk to my family, and I'm going to make a decision. He got back to his constituents, because that's what a representative does. When there was a good thing, we had to push it forward. We had to get it done locally, state level, federal. Went back to his constituents, had hearings, talked to them, visited them. During the pandemic, this guy was a dynamo. Can't remember all the programs you put together, with your group. And by the way, I thank these members sitting there too, Democrats and Republicans, for doing this job, local public service. But you're the representative's representative. I should go to the dictionary when I see that word, should see Chris Ketzler's face on in the dictionary. And that's the greatest legacy you can ever have. That people felt comfortable that if there was going to be a development, you talked about our veterans, and you said it so beautifully. You know, who did more to move that project forward? But that's just one of the projects, one of the developments, which he, in the way he did that, went to you, went to your organization, went to all of us, went to state legislators, went to look, how can we do this best? And that's what really a representative does. And I'm pretty happy that although you're leaving, it's a double-edged sword. You're going to go to a place where you can do more for all the towns, in all the municipalities. And you're not going to be sitting there in an ivory tower saying, now what should I do as Chris Ketzler? No, you're going to be reaching out, I don't need. You're going to be reaching out to my colleagues. You're going to be reaching out to the people of Glenville like you've always done before and across the state and say, how can we make this a better state? To keep people in Glenville, to keep people in New York State. Because we got a little problem with doing that. And it's a beautiful state. It is the most beautiful state. We love this state, and we want to keep them here. You're one of the guys that helped keep them here. So I was happy and proud to be able to be the assembly person and the representative for decades who represented the great town of Glenville. But it was a great town when you got there, but you even made it a greater town. So the one thing I can do is present you with a New York State proclamation. Nothing I can do to rise to the thanks we should give you for what you've done for this community, and I know what you will do. It says honoring Supervisor Chris Ketzler for his dedicated public service to the town of Glenville. I'm not going to go through all the whereases. I'll put you to sleep, but they're good, very good. But I read that proclaim that as a duly elected member of the Senate of the State of New York, I take great pride in honoring and recognizing Supervisor Chris Ketzler for 15 years of his standing service to the town of Glenville, and extend heartfelt best wishes for continued success and fulfillment in all future pursuits to his lovely wife, his family who is here with him, and to you especially. Godspeed to you, and thank you for everything.
Thank you so much.
We got the evidence.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
Congratulations.
for all your leadership to our community as well over the many years. As I had mentioned, I started my political career actually in Schenectady 20 some odd years ago, and it was Assemblyman Tedisco at the time that we worked hard on and got together, and yeah. And then when I came to Glenville, and you and Senator Farley really helped the town a lot with solar panels, and if you remember, we saved the LEAF program at the time and did a lot of work together with you, and you've always been a great friend of this town. Unfortunately, you no longer represent it, but you'll always be part of Glenville. Please give the senator a round of applause for his leadership. That's right. $1.5 million. Anyone else wish to be heard at privilege of the floor?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor. I do have a proclamation from the New York State Assembly from Mary Beth Walsh, who could not be here, and I'd like to read a letter on her behalf. Dear Chris, I'm writing to express my sincere gratitude for your many years of service to the town of Glenville. Your dedication and leadership during your tenure has been a true asset to the residents you've served. The town of Glenville can boast continued and steady growth under your leadership. Your work has created a lasting legacy that residents will enjoy for many years to come. It's been a pleasure collaborating with you over the years, especially on the Yates Mansion project, which I hope your successors will see to its completion. Steady improvements to Indian Meadows Park, the clock tower, and town center visioning, and the improvements of the business district are just a few projects that come to mind. As a full-time supervisor, you devoted each and every day to the improvement of the town in so many ways. Your presence will surely be missed. I apologize that I could not be there in person to express my appreciation. Please know that my thoughts and best wishes are with you. On behalf of the residents of the 112th Assembly District, I offer best wishes for your next chapter as the Executive Director of the New York State Association of Towns, where I know you will continue to be a strong advocate for every town in our state. Please know that my door will always be open to you in Albany as you continue your advocacy and as we share our love for local government and a concern for their continued success. Very truly yours, Mary Beth Walsh, 112th Assembly District. And
Thank you, sir.
the proclamation.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to be heard at privilege of the floor? Going once, going twice. Seeing none, privilege of the floor is now closed. We now will go to supervisors' comments to the board. Actually, surprisingly, fairly brief tonight. I feel as though we've had our opportunities to talk in the past, and this has been somewhat of a slower roll, but I do want to take this last opportunity to address the town board, the folks here, and the residents of the town of Glenville. I promised that I would not be emotional about this, but already the prayer got me, so hopefully we'll get through this without any issues. Forgive me if I don't. These past couple of days have actually been pretty hard for me. It's difficult to say goodbye to something that you love so much, but it's where we are now, and it's something that has to happen. This has never been about serving on a town board or just a job for me. It's been my life for 15 years. I've had the pleasure of getting up every day during that time and doing what I've loved to do, making a difference in the community and working on behalf of our residents. So this is a difficult evening. Tonight, however, I'm not going to talk about accomplishments or the past 15 years or mention anything about the record. I'm comfortable with my body of work, and I leave others to make their judgments about my time in service to this town. Tonight, as I address this board and the residents of Glenville for the last time as your town supervisor, I want to talk about the only thing that really ever mattered to me, and that's relationships. The ones that I've come to this job with, the ones that I've lost because of this job, the ones that I made along the way, and the ones that we said goodbye to over the years. First, to my supporters, thank you so much for your kind words, your encouragement, your trust, your belief in me. You'll never know how your encouragement and trust and belief touched my family and me over the years. It's a humbling thing to stand before a community and to ask for your acceptance, and so many of you have affirmed your trust in me through 5 elections. It's more than I could ever believed that this community would give me a chance and an opportunity. And so I thank you so much. Worst part about this is he's taking pictures for the paper, and I'm going to have a cry face.
I got Photoshop pictures.
Nothing's worse. To my opponents, let me just say, I really appreciate you. I really do. You gave me my fire. You gave me my will. You gave me my zest for the fight through this whole time. You fueled me. You helped me be a better public servant through the trial. I've always respected good, honest debate and believe that those who disagree and can do so with grace and respect are the only ones truly fit to lead. And some of you have become my friends over the years, and I will always cherish that relationship. To those of you who were so mean to me over the years, said such awful things, hurtful, those of you who hid behind the keyboard in probably a basement somewhere, who were too afraid to stand in front of a room of people or an entire town and state your convictions and chart your course and ask others to follow you. Those of you who were too fragile to face rejection, too fearful to stand in public judgment of your own talents and your own abilities, too cowardly to say to me in person what you typed in obscurity. I can only say that tonight you are forgiven, and now you are forgotten. To my friends, thank God for you. You sustained me. You truly knew me. You made this such an enjoyable ride, and I'll always value your love and acceptance. To my false friends, now you know who you are, but more importantly, I know who you are, and I always did. To you, I simply wish you well, and I hope nobody ever turns on you, ever makes you feel used or made to feel that your relationship was simply transactional. I hope you learn the value of friendship in your time, and I hope you learn about loyalty and honesty. To my wife and children, I can't even articulate words. Your love and support and encouragement, all your work on the campaigns. I know that you endured what I endured. I know you are proud, as I am proud of each of you. This journey has been more than half our marriage together. Part of who we are today as a couple was forged through what we went through during this time. And I can never repay you for how you supported and loved me over the years. Thank you. I love you. Please give her a round of applause. I began this journey 17 years ago as a new young board member, full of vim and vigor. I took on so much. We began with so many people who we lost over the years, none of them more impactful than losing my own dad fairly recently. I wish he could be here tonight because I know how proud he was of seeing his son win elections. He had a lot to do with shaping the man I am today, and I'll always be thankful for my time with him. I still miss him, but I know he remains close and ever proud. Over my years, I've served with one other supervisor, 2 highway superintendents, 2 clerks, 4 town attorneys, 3 comptrollers, and 12 board members. I've presided over 350 town board meetings and never missed one. This is my longest serving tenured job ever, and I've become the longest consecutively serving supervisor in town history. I came in as a young guy who didn't know what he was doing, full of self-doubt, and a little scared that I was going to let a lot of people down. But as my confidence grew, we started making progress, and things turned out, I think, pretty okay in the end. So tonight, I just want to end my tenure where it began. I started as town supervisor back in January of 2010, and I stood at this very podium and read a poem in my opening remarks. The poem was written by Marianne Williamson, an author. The poem was meant to challenge the town board into action, into what I thought was going to be just 4 years. And the poem goes like this. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be so brilliant? Actually, you should ask, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. You playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine, as children do. That day in January of 2010, I challenged the board never to play small, to make sure that we make a difference, to have an impact on this community, and to never shrink from our work. I think I can say that in my time, I never played small, that I have made a difference, and people will remember that I was here, Christopher A. Ketzley, town supervisor. I want to thank you all for giving me one of the greatest honors in my life. God bless you all. And God bless the great town of Glenville. Thank you so much. Sophie, I guess that promise of not crying didn't work. So we will get back to the agenda. And we'll start with a public hearing. I'll open the public hearing. Anyone interested to be heard on the amendments to the Town Code, Chapter 270, to change the jurisdiction of conditional use permits from the zoning board to the planning board and to make an environmental determination on seeker. That public hearing is now open. Anyone wish to be heard on that matter? Going once, going twice, seeing none. Now closed. Next public hearing is to hear all those proposed in the local law to amend Portsman Drive PDD to make an environmental determination for seeker. That public hearing is now open. Anyone wish to be heard on that matter? Yes, sir. If you come to the podium and address the board. I left my water down there. I just left my water down there. Good to see you, by the way. Former AOT employee, current AOT employee. Small world.
Tom Bodden, 25 Horseman Drive, former member of the Planning and Zoning Commission as well. First of all, I have no opposition to this subdivision, although I wonder why someone would take the most valuable piece of the PDD and give it away. But be that as it may. The first question I have is my understanding that the new lot that the museum is proposed for will no longer be a piece of the PDD, or will it still be part of the PDD?
It's still part of the PDD.
It's still part of the PDD. Okay. Well, I'm happy that the subdivision is happening because if I read all of the conditions that the Planning and Zoning Commission forwarded along with this proposal, that this will now have to go back, the PDD will now have to go back for site plan review. Is that correct?
That's up to planning and zoning to determine, but that's my understanding.
But I mean, we'll go back to them.
That's my understanding of what they have determined.
Okay. And that's a good thing because we're 2 years further down the road than we were when this was approved. And if you look around town, we've had lots of success with commercial development, road development, those sorts of things. Glenville's in good shape. However, the large-scale residential developments that have been attempted have not been successful. We have the Belmonte development. I always get confused, which is Belmonte and which is Amador. There's the one up on Swaggertown Road that's been there forever. It's changed hands about 10 times across from the church. That's still sitting there. You've got the big one that we approved back maybe, 10 years ago, that goes between Glen Oaks and Indian Hills. Nothing happening there. That's 100 acres of land, I believe. Judson Meadows, which they clear cut about 30 acres of beautiful forest. And if you look at it now from the sky, all you see are some unbuilt building pads and a bunch of empty land. Dutch Meadows. Dutch Meadows was first proposed as a condo development. The developers found out they couldn't do much marketing with the condo development, came back, got it changed to apartments, And now they're being accused of shoddy development, if I read the paper correctly. They had a fire down there, and the Scotia Fire Department has made some accusations that they aren't built very well. Plus, it's very swampy down there, et cetera, et cetera. My concern is that if we go back and the site plan is amended to still allow, let's say, 40 or 50 condos on that remaining piece of land, part one, I guess it's called, lot one, that based on this track record, that there's a very high chance that the developers will get in there, they will disrupt this land. Now, there's no trees to be cut. It's not a clear-cut situation, but that land is very close to our neighborhood. We're all on wells. We're not part of the town water, despite our best effort, along with the town supervisor's support. So we're on wells down there. We don't know what kind of stuff could get stirred up in the watershed. We're concerned about that. We're concerned about it being worked on, churned up, whatever, and then the developers walk away. Now, I'm not basing this on anything other than the track record of these other four things that have happened in Glenville. It's nothing against the current owner of this PDD. But those are the concerns we have in our neighborhood, and I thank you for listening.
Thank you, Tom. Anyone else wish to be heard at this public hearing? Going once, going twice, seeing none, public hearing is now closed. Next public hearing is those, to hear comments, those interested in the CBDG money regarding Michael Enterprise Program, $300,000 in those funds. Opening public hearing, if anyone wish to be heard on that matter. Going once, going twice, seeing none, that public hearing is now closed. Move into the resolutions. Resolution 10, adopting local law 9 regarding the amendments to change jurisdiction and control from conditional use permits from the zoning board to the planning board and to make an environmental determination on secret. Do I have a motion?
I'll move
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
Just as stated, Mr. Supervisor, this just streamlines the process, brings this portion of right immediately to the planning department and no longer it's no longer being duplicated.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Blue?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Before I go on to the next resolution, I want to note that we have another special guest with us. County Legislator Michelle Osterwitz came in. I just saw you there, so thank you for being here tonight. And if you missed the privilege of the floor or something, we'll get you up here if you want to say anything at the end, if that's okay. You let us know. Just raise your hand if you do. Moving on to number 11, resolution adopting local law 10 to amend the Horseman Drive PDD to make an environmental determination. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion?
If you want to weigh in on this.
Yeah, the amendment to the PDD in pertinent part, is to reflect a change in use of parcel 2 to general business, as Mr. Bogdan had sort of alluded to before, and to reflect that the subdivision was approved by Planning and Zoning Commission.
Thank you, Jeff.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Blue?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yeah.
Councilman
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 12, authorizing the corporation of the Sewer Transportation Corporation to provide sewer services to Horseman PDD. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Can also let the town attorney speak on this one as well.
Basically, for the provision of sewer services to the PDD, DEC seems to have changed some of the rules, and one of the ways that the developer can accomplish providing sewer service to the PDD is through a sewer transportation corporation, which is basically a private sewer system. Residents are charged basically the same as if it was in the sewer district. It's an ownership allocation of billing kind of rubric that DEC is making a developer go through. And in order to form the transportation corporation, the town board's consent is needed. And in order for the town board to give consent, the county public health department has to also give consent. So county public health has given their consent, and this is just for the town to consent to them to the developer form the transportation corporation to provide sewer service to the PDA.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments?
So it doesn't change the method of the sewer going out. They're still going to be paying the same to the town, but instead of each individual condo paying us, it'll come from one.
Yeah, and the developer will be doing the billing. to
And
the
then- yeah, so we-
condos, and it's basically running through the same pipes as it would otherwise.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please vote the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Blue?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 13, scheduling a public hearing to be held on September 4th to hear those interested in Sewer District 3 of the town of Glenville to establish and include the real property described as 320 Alexander Avenue. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
I think you clarified this. This is just a scheduling a public hearing to add the property and stated 320 Alexander Ave into this district.
Just a quick question. Is there an existing house there or is this potential development?
I don't know.
We don't know that. There's going to be construction.
Do you know, Bill? Okay.
Okay, we can find that out. This is just scheduling a public meeting.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please vote the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Blue?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 14, authorizing the supervisor to enter into an agreement with Bus Patrol America and the town of Glenville regarding the bus stop arm enforcement program. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Just as stated, the bus patrol provides equipment on our buses and monitors who passes when a bus is stopped at a stop letting off children and somebody chooses to run through the stop sign. Then it basically sends it to them. They then send that information to our police department for review, and then the individual is fined accordingly. This is an absolute public safety enhancement to our community, to our children, and everyone that lives here.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? I just want to thank the chief for all his hard work on this program. It was a much more difficult program than we anticipated when we took it on. So thank you for working it through, and Jeff as well. I know many iterations of the agreement. Anything else? Seeing none, please report the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Blue?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 15, authorizing the changes to the solar farm overlay district fee schedule. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
And seconded. Any discussion?
Mr. Supervisor, this is just setting a fee schedule for any type of solar farms that would come into the overlay district.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? I know they're delineated there in the resolution.
There's a bunch of them to read
Yep.
through.
Anything else? Seeing none, please report the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Blue?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 16, accepting the proposed settlement for both 2022 and 2023 regarding the tax cert proceedings for Target. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
Mr. Supervisor, I would just like to commend our assessor's office for their fine work. Bill is here this evening. Thank you, Bill. And we do appreciate council as well for their effort on coming to a reasonable settlement. So appreciate your work.
Thank you. I concur, Bill. I know you and I have a lot of back and forth on these settlement discussions, and I always want to fight, we always want to settle, but in the end, it makes more sense. It's a good settlement, and I appreciate all your hard work. Anything else? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Delory,
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 17, approving the hire of Eileen Giudis to the position of clerk of the town justice. Do I have a motion?
I'll move
Do
it.
I have a second?
I'll second.
Moved and second. Any discussion?
Mr. Supervisor, currently there's a vacancy for the position of clerk to the town justice. Justice LaFleur conducted interviews and recommends that we appoint Eileen Judas to that position starting September 3rd, 2024.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Delory,
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 18, extending the clerk of the town justice consulting agreement with Christine Bodie. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Moved and second. Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor. This is to have Christine Bodie stay on for another month to help train the new clerk to the town justice.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Thank you. Please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Delory,
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next, resolution 19, approving the hire of Charlene Belrose to the position of IPS 1. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Oh, moved and seconded.
Sorry.
Worried there for Charlene. All right, moved and
We'll-
seconded. Any
we'll def-
discussion?
Yes, Mr. Supervisor. With the retirement of Kathy Visco, position has become available, and Anthony Tazi, town planner, conducted interviews and recommends that we hire Charlene Belrose to the position of Information Processing Specialist 1, starting August 5th, 2024.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Delory,
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution, we're getting to the end of it here, approving the minutes for Town Board meeting held on July 17, 2024. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a
Do I have a
motion.
second?
I'll
Second.
second.
All right, moved in second. Any discussion? As we said, it's just approving the minutes. So
Yeah,
the
just approving the
July
minutes,
17th.
which we all received in our email.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Delory,
Abstain. I was absent due to vacation.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution, approving the monthly reports for July 2024. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
I'll
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
And as stated, this is just approving the July monthly reports. Thank you for everyone getting those in.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Delory,
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. We're on to the three add-ons. We'll take up add-on 1 is a resolution scheduling a public hearing regarding all persons interested in the removal of the Hortsman PDD from Sewer District 9 in the town of Glenville. Do I have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
I'll let the council speak on this matter.
Well, the Horseman PDD was added about a year ago to sewer district number 9. And with the Transportation Corporation being formed, it doesn't need to be in sewer district number 9 anymore. So this is just a public hearing to hear anybody who's interested in being for or against removing the Horseman PDD from sewer district number 9.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please record the vote.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Delory,
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Next resolution, add-on 2, authorizing the repairs to high lift number 4 at the water plant. Do I have a motion?
I'll move
Do
it.
I have a second?
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion?
As stated before, I think it was maybe a couple months ago, we approved pulling this high lift after being evaluated. It is in need of some repair. This is absolutely something vital to our water source. Needs to be done. It's better than it being an absolute emergency. So this is vital
This is the actual contract to do the repair.
to repair.
Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Delury?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes, resolution passes. Last add-on, resolution 3, authorizing the preparation of the application to the state comptroller for improvements to water district levy. Do you have a motion?
I'll move it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Moved in second. Any discussion?
I think you already stated it. It's authorizing the preparation of an application for permission.
Any other questions or comments? Seeing none, please call the roll.
Councilman Ramichardt?
Yes.
Councilman Delury?
Yes.
Councilman Aragosa?
Yes.
Councilman Kirkland?
Yes.
Supervisor Pettsley?
Yes. Resolution passes. Now we move on to new business, and I'll start on my left with Councilman Aragosa.
I have no new business. I will say, take the time, this time to thank Chris for his efforts over the years. While we didn't always see eye to eye, I appreciate you and what you've done for the town. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. Councilman Kirkland.
Yes, Mr. Supervisor. I also would just absolutely love to state, kind of take a stroll down memory lane if we could, please. You know, when I first started working here in this town, I remember driving past Kmart. When I first started working here, I remember Salisbury Chevrolet leaving. I remember a Freeman's Bridge Road area that was in dire need of repair. I remember parks that were very underdeveloped. And bless you, Chad. I would just like to say that your commitment and dedication, not only to everyone in this room, your family, but this community at large, is just something that just truly shows your character and your passion and love for your community, where you've taken it. So I'm extremely appreciative. It's been said that I have some big shoes to fill. So we're going to do our best to serve this community in a way that you have kind of already paved moving forward. So I look forward to the challenge, and we want to definitely keep this community one that is makes people proud to come into this community, and people who work here, they're proud to serve as well. So I'm thankful for your leadership, your guidance, and the example that you've set moving forward. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you very much. Councilman Ramichardt.
I know you're going to do an amazing job at the Association of Towns. I'm going to keep it simple. You've done an amazing job here. I will miss you. I'm sure the residents will miss you, but I know I'll see you in town, so we'll catch up then. But I will definitely miss you.
Councilman Galuli.
Seems like a long time ago when you introduced yourself at a Glenville PBA meeting.
That was a long.
Well, it was a long time ago.
Well, that was one of the best meals I ever had. Steak and lobster, and I was like, wow, I gotta come to more of these. Yeah.
Yeah, they were nice once a month. Just want to thank you for your many years of dedicated service. Good luck in your new position. Best wishes.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I just want to say good luck to all of you. I appreciate all your service. I know, as Mike said, we all don't always get along, and sometimes it gets ugly and all, but I wish you the best. Bob, you're going to do great. You're already doing fine. I'm impressed. It's like, wow, he's smooth out there on those speeches and everything. Like, where do you get that from? But Bob left out in the memory lane how we started out kind of at loggerheads as CSEA president and town supervisor, but we found our way, and I think we've forged a good friendship, and I'll always be here for everybody in this town, and not going anywhere. I get that question a lot. Are you moving? We're not moving. But we're going to always be here. I'll be in Price Chopper, and this time I'm going to be the one bringing you all the problems. So get ready for that.
Oh, I can't wait.
So with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
We're not going to adjourn quite
We're
yet.
not
We have
adjourning.
we have one last thing that we would definitely like to present to you. So, done a little proclamation. And
This is very odd, but we're on this side of the proclamation.
yeah, so just like to read this. So whereas Christopher A. Ketzley served on the town board from January 1st, 2008 through December 31st, 2009. And whereas Christopher A. Ketzley served as the Glenville Town Supervisor from January 1st, 2010 through August 23rd, 2024. And whereas Supervisor Ketzley has demonstrated faithful and professional service to the town of Glenville for 16 years and multiple town boards in performance of their duties. And whereas Supervisor Ketzley has exhibited his commitment and knowledge to the office of town supervisor. And whereas Supervisor Ketzley has provided diligent service to the town residents and families over his tenure. And whereas Christopher A. Ketzley will truly be missed by all. I was going to change that a little. I was going to change that a little tiny bit, but no, really, when we look at accomplishments, all will miss you. So, all right. So now be it resolved on this occasion of his resignation, and on behalf of the town board, I, Robert J. Kirkham Jr., by the power vested in me in the office of Deputy Supervisor, do thank Christopher A. Ketzley for his years of service to the town of Glenville and wish him well on his new position as Executive Director of the New York State Association of Towns, and hereby proclaim throughout the town of Glenville, Monday, September 2nd, 2024, as Christopher Ketzley.
I finally get my own day.
You have your own day.
It's Labor Day. We celebrate CSCA. Thank you. Thank you very much. Great. Thank you very much. Thank you. 17 years to get my own day.
You have your own proclamation.
So with that, I think we are ready to take a motion to adjourn. No, how do we normally do this? All in favor?
You make a motion.
You make a
Yeah,
motion.
I've got to make a
Lee,
motion.
someone's got a motion.
So I need a motion to adjourn.
I'll move it.
Do I have a second? Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I let the record show stand opposed. It passes. We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah.
September 4th?
Hey, how are you?
Hi, guys.
September 4th?
Yes. Yeah. On the regular grind. Honestly, I'm like, I just want to like.
I'm saying my guess
And I look for people like that.